You're listening to Hotep Ish with your host, Dwann B. Intelligent Ish Talk, intelligent shit talk, where we balance the profound with the profane. Political satire, celebrity and expert guests, information and entertainment, conversation and solutions. Leave your feelings at the door.
What's up, y'all? Been a while. It's been a while. I ain't been on with y'all in a minute. It's been tough. I've been busy as hell. Busy. But I'm here. I had to come to y'all today. I was like, man, I ain't talked to them in a minute. So thank y'all for coming in. I need y'all to do something for me real quick. Like, you know what I'm about to do? I'm about to play this commercial. And while I'm playing this commercial, I need you to share the video on all your social media platforms. Because you know these motherfuckers, like, I'm over here cussing in the first 2 minutes. They say don't cuss in the first 2 minutes. Ah, well, fuck it. Y'all know they don't like banning. I'm over here looking for my own video right now on YouTube. I can't find it. I'm over here scrolling. How can I find my own video on my own phone? How'd that happen? So the way we're going to get around that is we're going to share right now on our social media platforms. And I'll be right back.
What's up, Larry?
Dwann B, Black History Commercial, take 1.
And in comes the 2 to the 3 and 4.
Hold up. Celebrate our warriors and scholars. Black history on a t-shirt. Black people don't owe anybody anything but an ass whooping.
Yep.
Mothers of the movement, our scholars. Instead of wearing a sports jersey with someone else's name on your back, celebrate our leader's name on your chest.
Say it with your chest.
Get yours now at hotepish.com/shop. Free shipping on all orders over $75. Also, get your Black American Music Family Tree at incenseandashtrays.com/shop. 400 years of music created here in North America exclusively by Black Americans on one piece of artwork.
Yeah, we back. Come on, Instagram is trying not to let me share my link to my show. It's an invalid URL. If y'all don't knock it off Instagram, I'm over here late. I'm trying to hit the share button right now on IG, and IG is trying to tell me that because when you go do your IG stories, you can share links there. There it is. There it is. Let me type it in. Live now on YouTube. All right. I just put that in. All right, now I'm about to make it dance. That's right. Cool. I just hit share. There we go. There we go. Yeah, we busy as hell. This how y'all know I've been busy, man. Like, look at this. I just want to share my weekend with y'all. Thank y'all for those who came out. I had 2 shows last week that I produced here in LA. The Hidden History Comedy Show with our brother Cedrick Should. And then I had my own show this past Saturday. And I want to thank everybody that came out. I want to thank everybody that came out. Some of the pictures from this past Saturday. It was a whole vibe this past Saturday. So if you missed it, you just missed it. Freeze Love was on out there. That's me, Larry, DJ Count. DJ Count been holding us down since day one. When I first started comedy, DJ Count had a room called the Rhythm Lounge in Long Beach. It was him and Ricky Harris, better known as Tadal, on all the Death Row stuff. But it was Count and Ricky Harris. And that's when in 2009, 2010. So always a salute to Count. And that French fry looking motherfucker, that's KD. He started with me and Larry at the same time. Comedy Union, 2009, 2010. Yeah. Reza Islam came on out. Shouts out to Reza. It was dope seeing Reza in the crowd. Because, Reza got that laugh. I've heard that laugh on 5150. He got that real boisterous laugh. Where it's like, so I cracked the joke. And I heard this laugh. I was about to hit him with a joke. I was about to say that nigga in the back laughed like Reza Islam. I was literally about to say that. I didn't say that. I ended up saying something else. But that came to my mind to say. Like, who the fuck is that in the back with a Reza Islam laugh? Then I looked at the back. Oh shit, that brother was there. Salute to Reza. This is me and Larry on stage together. I beat that nigga's ass. Look at that. If we fought, guess who win? Me. Freeze Love did his motherfucking thing, yo. David Arnold. I'm not the David Arnold. Rest in peace, David Arnold. Jeff Brown in the back. I said David Arnold. Jeff Brown in the back. Tashina right there. This is Tashina Arnold came on out at Wanda White. Freeze Love, Jeff Brown, Reza. And look, that's how I know I'm funny. I made some serious brothers laugh. These brothers don't play. I made some brothers and sisters that don't play laugh. Me at Wanda White. Tashina came on out. Salute to Major. Way too Major. He be in the chat room. He's the one who took these pictures for us. Salute to you, man. Yeah, we had fun. That back and forth between me and Larry was funny as hell. Freeze Love did his thing on stage. Hell yeah. I'm a classy looking motherfucker, ain't I? I'm not on camera now, but that's how I look, niggas. Freeze Love again. Wanda White did her thing. Big Al Green, my brother Al Green. And Isaiah Washington came on out too. I like this picture we took together. Isaiah Washington came on out. That nigga Isaiah Washington laughed loud as hell. He another one that laughed loud. I had a couple jokes, and them brothers back there was. And this is what I was doing. Yeah, this is why I couldn't come to y'all this last couple days. I got some metaverse world coming. Dwann B in the metaverse. Yeah, my whole metaverse world is coming, so I had to lay some shit down in the metaverse for y'all. Cracking them jokes in the metaverse. Y'all don't know how hard it is to crack jokes with nobody laughing. But when you talented, you can pull this shit off. You know what I mean? And I said I had to say, y'all need to come to Dallas, May 26th. The link is in the description. DwannB.com/live. Come May 26th. Me, Kamira White, Larry Goldwell, Mike Murphy, and Slink Johnson. Those tickets are in the description bar at DwannB.com/live. Y'all see, I bring them out for the show. You never know who's gonna pop up when you come to my shows. I don't really brag about who comes to my shows like that, because my shows are too goddamn funny. But you see who come out. You see who comes out. I don't talk about that, because it's not about that. It's about everyone enjoying themselves and having a good time. So if you're in Dallas, May 26th, I need you to get your tickets right now. Matter of fact, one of the people helping me out with the Dallas show just called me. I'm like, hey, I just went live. I'll talk to you later. I'll talk to you later. So yeah, get your tickets right now for Dallas. And you know how you gonna do that? You're gonna go to DwannB.com, my website. DwannB.com is up now. It's not all the way refined. It's not how it's always gonna look. But I got the rough draft of the site up. I got enough of the site up for y'all niggas to buy some t-shirts. You ain't got to go to the rest of all them other sites no more. Everything's on one site. All my t-shirts, all my reparations now, the artwork. I got more options. I got hoodies, t-shirts, and long sleeves. And they're going to be tennis shoes coming. All that shit's coming real soon. And then you can hit live in Dallas. If you hit live in Dallas, you can go here and you can hit buy now, and you can go. See? I'm sorry, the website is moving a little bit slow. The about's about to get filled in. That's what my assistant was just calling me to get this part filled in. So if y'all don't see this part filled in when y'all get there, it'll be filled in by the time I get off the show. That was her calling me right there. Like, I sent everything I want put in right there. But y'all get it. It's going to be live and interactive. Y'all can meet me, Slink Johnson, Kamira White, Larry Goodwell. Y'all can meet all of us at the Mixer live comedy show, Dallas, Texas. Now, what we came here to talk about. What we came here to talk about. The Brat using sperm donors that's white. The fuck is going on here? Thank y'all again for coming in the chat room. Clark M. Moses, Toria Rain, what's up? What's up, Quan? Larry, you a hoe. Larry in the chat room, what's up? August B. Thank y'all again for joining. Thank y'all for joining. Thank y'all for joining. What's up, Kendall? So this is why we here. The Brat and Jessica Judy Dupart didn't use a black sperm donor for pregnancy. First off, excuse my ignorance, but I've always thought it was funny when I see like pregnant lesbians. That's just funny to me. I don't care what nobody says. It's always going to be funny to me. Like, how committed to you are the cause? How committed to the cause are you? I'm not hating. Look, I believe in everybody should do what they want to do. I'm not saying the Brat and her girlfriend or wife shouldn't have a baby. That's not my concern. I don't concern myself with other people's business. But I do like to laugh. And when I see two chicks and one of them is pregnant, I be thinking, what's going on? How committed are you? Who's really like y'all remember what happened with Brittany Griner? Brittany Griner, they trying to make her like the trans activist now. I don't know if y'all saw that press conference with her. I thought I was listening to Karl Malone talk, but it was Brittany Griner. Yeah, I think that trans people should be able to play sports too. But y'all remember a few years before that when Brittany Griner got like her dude woman pregnant and walked out on her? Remember that? What kind of shit is this? That's why I asked. Are we really, is this the end? Is this the, remember that song by New Edition? Is this the end? Are you my friend? Y'all remember this? When Brittany Griner had old girl, homie, lover friend get pregnant and then came back and was like, I ain't the daddy. What the fuck are we living in, people? I'm just sorry. Like, look, my views, let me give a disclaimer. Dwann Brown's views do not mimic or are not the views of people I may interview, of people who support my channel. I'm sure the people who support my channel oftentimes diverge in points of views with me when it comes to certain topics like this. I understand. I respect our differences in opinion. If you're someone that thinks holy matrimony and the pregnant studs is all, it just is not funny and that's just a serious matter, then hey, I respect your opinion and I respect your point of view. But to me, that shit's funny as fuck. And I've had family who's been pregnant in same-sex relationships. I laughed at their asses too. And I love my family. I love them, but I've seen them like, cousin, you what? Huh? You pregnant? I thought you was, huh? Okay. I'm sorry. My views do not, my followers, y'all saw me show pictures of nice high profile people. Look, I'm not gonna say those people agree with me. I've never even had these comments. This is Dwann. I own this. Dwann Brown owns his own point of view. I don't put people's faces up on my channel and interview people and do all that and say, hey, look, they agree with everything I say. No, the fuck they don't. They got their own minds too. I'm a multi-talented ass nigga. I know how to make people laugh. So they come to my comedy shows. But that don't mean they agree with me when it comes to this topic. This is all me, okay? So if anybody want to come and be like, Dwann said this and you, who likes this? Fuck you, all right? This is me. I don't clear my thoughts and opinions with other people. I say what the fuck is on my mind and in my heart. And you either you agree with it or you don't agree with it. I don't give a fuck, all right? But all right, look at this. So Brittany Griner went from getting her girlfriend, boy, dude, lady, dude, a donor or something, or however, to get pregnant, and then turned around and said, I don't want it. Now we get to the Brat. The Brat is saying that she and her girlfriend is pregnant and they were looking for a suitable sperm donor. They're looking for a suitable sperm donor. So they said they couldn't find many black sperm donors. So according to, the stats, they say something like only 5% of sperm donors is black dudes. You know why? First off, because, let me speak for black men. Let me speak for myself as a black man. And I've had this conversation with other black men. Black men don't necessarily believe in whizzing our jizz in a cup. You dig? It's already enough children going around without strong fathers, us responsible black men, someone like myself. I remember when I was in college and I needed some money. Of course, the thought came up. I saw that movie American Pie and all those other movies that was around when we was in the 90s and that was like a common movie like in the 90s and the 2000s. Like remember like all the teen movies of like the 90s or the early college movies? It would always be like, especially the white college movies of the 90s, it would always be a scene to where the dudes run out of money and they go to a sperm bank. Or like episodes of like Saved by the Bell or some shit. Like if you grew up in the 90s like I did, and you was a teenager in the 90s, you saw a fair amount of teen-focused programming, like having a comedy scene about sperm donating somewhere. And us as black men, we'd be like, ha, 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 that's funny. No way in hell I'm jizzing in that cup. Fuck you. And I get it. But other groups of people don't mind exchanging a few dollars for having seeds or somewhere across the world that they don't know exist. As black men, that's not how we get down, in spite of the stereotypes. It's the reason why they had to create the stereotype of the absent black father, because it really doesn't exist the way they say it exists. Are there absent black fathers? Yes. And then a lot of that has been because of the conditions of the last 40 years. You know what I mean? That's social engineering. But are we the only ones? No, and not by a long shot. But us black men of character, us black men that love our women, we don't have time to be jizzing in cups and having some babies out there that we don't know exist. Because what happened, I think about this shit oftentimes. What if I jizz, what if I nutted in a cup back in my 20s and my baby ended up with somebody this motherfucking dumb? Look at what she said. We looked at the dude and the only black guy, he looked like Jiminy Cricket. I'm sorry, but that wasn't going to be my choice. Let's break that down. Can we break that down? Let's break this down. We as a people, this whole self-hating thing is deep. You know, a few hundred years of conditioning will get you to look at a black person or look at a seed of yours hold on 1 second. I'm trying to get my commercial cut for this Dallas show, so I'm over here texting and talking to y'all at the same time. Dallas, May 26th. Get y'all tickets. I'm working day and night, y'all. Shit. I got a reading right after this. But anyway, so the Brat, so conditioning. I was talking about conditioning. The conditioning exists on multiple levels. One, to not even think about, to go past the surface levels. She looked at the surface level of this black man. She didn't think about genes. She didn't think about temperament. She didn't think about culture. Because culture is another thing that's passed down through blood. We all carry cultural memory. She probably, and I'm not saying this to her because she didn't say this, so this is Dwann's opinion, not what the Brat said. But it sounds a lot to me like when I would grow up, I would hear the women in the hood say shit like, I want my baby to have wavy, straight hair. You know, a lot of the hood rats like having babies with Mexicans out here in LA. Or their first choice would be find a slick haired black dude. That's their first choice. But a lot of them was too goddamn, they couldn't, it wasn't enough slick haired niggas to go around, so they couldn't find a slick haired nigga. They go looking for the first Mexican they can procreate with. So they baby will have wavy hair. Not being concerned with the cultural confusion that goes along with that. Not being concerned with all of the other things that go along with that. And while you here, man, look, feel free to hit the Cash App while you here, $ Dwann Brown. Feel free to hit the Cash App. And hit the like button and share, please. But hit that Cash App. And as we get a little deeper, I'm going to read some cards. I'm going to read the dynamic between these two women. And we're going to go through the cards, and we're going to let the cards, we're going to bookmark this this morning show for the future, because when it comes to my card reading, I do got a few other things I'm going to talk about later on. I was right. You see what's going on over in Russia right now. The Kremlin just got bombed by Ukraine. Kind of a lot of wars going on. And if y'all go back to my reading of the year, when I read the Seven of Hearts year, I told you guys there's going to be skirmishes and scuffles breaking out. And I literally predicted it down to, I said, it's going to start happening in the spring. For those of you who went back to my reading show, talked about how these wars and skirmishes are going to pop off in the spring. And we're in the spring, and the Kremlin just got hit by a motherfucking drone. So we're going to use the cards today, though, to talk about relationships. Once I get through this part about the Brat, we're going to break this down on a human level. Y'all know me. A lot of you niggas ain't into card reading, or that shit scares you. So I'll give it to you both ways. We're going to break it down on the day-to-day, human, mundane level. And then we're going to elevate the conversations, go to the cards, and look at it from a more esoteric, astrological, spiritual level. Because I got levels, and my listeners, that's why I fuck with y'all listeners. I love y'all. Y'all got levels too. This ain't the place for the people that are stuck in the basement or on the ground. We look at things from all around, because my name is Dwann Brown. Hey, Larry, if you still in here, I hope that rhyme pissed you off, nigga. I be rhyming to piss Larry off. So if y'all ever hear me like rhyming and talking jive, that's just me in a coded way. If I know Larry's listening, to really piss that nigga off. Like, because if he's driving, he'll probably like crash or some shit. Or if he's like lifting the box, he'll probably drop it. And I hope he dropped that hole in his toe and break his toe. That's why I say shit like this. Anyway. Oh, you say you read dice? I'm always interested in people who read dice. I want to learn how to read dice. Because Super Jello, reading dice is a skill too. See, all these games we be playing, cards, dice, all that shit is science. It's old sciences. All that shit is the stuff your grandmama, your mama said, and the church said don't do. Reading dice, reading cards, man, that's our sciences, folks. But anyway, let's get back to it. Oh shit, what's up, King83? I appreciate the Cash App. I mean the super chat. What's up, Mike Rob in the building? So let's go break this down. Let's break this down. Oh, Starlet Thompson, thank you for the Cash App. Appreciate you. Is this the end? What the fuck is going on? So let's break this. Let's finish this human side of the game. Let's finish this day-to-day, three-dimensional Earth side of the game. And then we're going to go 5D. All right? So here on the 3D plane, we have these things that go into us, like, you know, and I get it. Before I went on my segue, I was talking about black women and hair, wanting to procreate with these slick haired dudes. Well, if we take that back historically, because I like to always have compassion. Yes, I crack jokes, and if the Brat, you hear this, I still love you. You know what I mean? I still love all. Look, anybody I crack a joke on, it don't mean I don't love you still. You know what I mean? This is the black American tradition of shit talk. That's what we do culturally. Time that we identify and reclaim our culture. Part of our culture is talking shit and loving you anyway. Don't let these white crackers come in and say, don't say that. It means you don't like me. No, that's their culture. Their culture, when they talk shit, they don't like you. Let them have that. Our culture, we bring you in for a little bit of roughing up, talking a little bit of shit, and then go right back to being best friends 2 seconds later. And I proudly carry that cultural tradition to my YouTube channel. If this is an issue with you, this ain't the place to be. So, oh, Torian Reigns up in this bitch. What's up, Torian? That's a good point. I didn't even see you comment. He said the Brat is 49 carrying while her 41-year-old wife, yeah, that is risky. That's risky. That's extremely risky. You got the younger one. Well, you don't know. The other one that's 41, some of these chicks walking around town, you know what I mean? They done been blown out so many times, they can't have a baby. You know what I mean? So, hey, so maybe the Brat is the only one that can carry. You dig? That's right, Quan. What's up, Netta J? What's up, Butter Love? You know, maybe her girlfriend, because a lot of these chicks that claim lesbian, and let's just tell it, can we tell the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help us God? A lot of these chicks that claim lesbian was just hurt by a nigga. And that hurt by a nigga comes from a previous hurt by a nigga named their father or somebody close to them. There was a break in trust somewhere. I appreciate the super chat, Hopeful Destiny. Yeah, we are lions. And so it's like, this is what it is. And let me say this, and I don't say this to cast any aspersions. I still love the gay, LGBTQ, transgender community. But now I'm going to put on the Dwann Brown, who spent over 20 years working in South Central LA directly with children. And this is where I stand on it, in spite of any opposition. Because this is my experience. I've worked with too many of my babies, too many of my young gay and lesbian children, gay and lesbian identifying children who've gone through an extremely traumatic childhood. Whether that be direct abuse from a family or a parent or a parent or family member or someone close to the family, or direct verbal abuse. Too many. I'm not saying all of my gay children I worked with, lesbian or gay. I'm not saying all of them, but too many I've worked with. Let's say 9 out of 10 had an extreme point of trauma that happened to them at a tender age that warped their sexual viewpoint. Same thing with the men I've had, the boys I've had who've turned out to be quote unquote womanizers. Men who can't have more than one woman, just be with one woman. Most of the time, they had a serious traumatic injury at a tender age. Pimps, prostitutes. Richard Pryor. You see how crazy, how sexually devious he was. He grew up in a whorehouse. R. Kelly, molested by female family members and aunt. I remember watching an episode of I think it was Comedy Hype, where D. Ray Davis talked about having like 2 women, his first sexual experience. I think that probably plays into why the brother got so many women. I'm not saying if you had something happen to you, everybody's going to be gay. No. What I'm saying is sex and sexuality is a very malleable, transmutable, transformative type thing. And that's why traditional societies have these rites of passages. Men got to do this, women got to do that. You got to be cultivated into manhood. Part of the reason why we have this quote unquote toxic masculinity is because men haven't been cultivated properly on how to be men. So their masculinity comes out in all these perverted ways, whether that be womanizing women, not having self-respect. And I'm not equating being gay with not having self-respect. I'm not saying that at all. But what I'm saying is too many of my gay children that I've worked with, and I worked with over 100, like, I'm not playing. Like, I'm like, that's why I don't mind talking the way I talk, because I'm certified. I can just send the tweet out and I can have gay children that I work with come to my defense that are now adults. Because my name is real in these LA streets. I haven't, I can honestly say at the age of 41, I'll be 42 next month. I've left an impression on the cheering in my city. So when I speak from that point of view. Not to offend, not to hurt. But when you've had my history and seen as much as I've seen, ain't no way in hell you can go without addressing it. I'd be a bitch if I didn't address it. I done seen too much to ignore it. And if you're gay or LGBTQ and this isn't your experience, then count yourself as blessed and salute to you. But if this is your experience, understand that was your experience. It doesn't define you. And you can play it out however you want to play it out. If being in the LGBTQ community is where you at with it and that's what it is with you, I'm all the way down with it, man. I got love for everybody, yo. So whatever you went through, you got to play it out however you play it out. Play your cards the way you play your cards. Just understand that if you're somebody out there who are tired of playing the cards the way you've been playing them and you want to reshuffle a deck, there's help out there for you. There's talk therapy. There's hypnotherapy. I always salute Kendall in the chat room. There's talk therapy. There's hypnotherapy. Get yourself a card reading, an astrology reading, whatever you got to do to face whatever traumas you faced, because your traumas should not define you. Your traumas make you stronger. So that's my public service announcement. Yes, you're going to hear me cracking jokes. And yes, I'm going to still crack jokes on gay people. Y'all people too. I ain't never going to stop cracking jokes on gay people. Why not? Shit. Y'all crack jokes on me? Shit. Every time I say a gay joke, all gay dudes got... I was clowning a gay dude. I'll never forget this shit. I was clowning this gay dude. This is back in the 90s, in the 2000s. I was like, man... I said, nigga, when you shit, your turds are shaped like soda cans. Because your booty hole blown out. And then all he had to do was hit me back with whatever, fat ass. And he won. So look, man, we crack jokes, but that's part of our Black American tradition. We crack jokes and then we go back to loving each other. And that's just what it is. And I love my gay folks and my transgender folks. I love all y'all. So yes, I'm going to crack jokes on you, Bruce. Anyway. So now that I'm done with my public service announcement, back to talking about the Brat and what's going on here. Let me go on back over here. So we still approaching this from a three-dimensional angle, from an earthly point of view. And then when I'm done with this earthly point of view, we're going to go to the cards and see what the cards say. So the conditioning that we're facing as a people comes out of the trauma of slavery. The reason why a lot of your hood rats subconsciously, not consciously, they just want something that they think look good on a surface level. But subconsciously, that behavior is born out of the slave days. If during slavery, you had free blacks and you had enslaved blacks. So when you go back to the 1700s, a lot of black people could get their way to freedom through their hair. You know, if they had straight hair, they could say I'm an Indian and get themselves freed from slavery. They could literally go to court, and you can look these up. There's a lot of court cases, especially in Louisiana. You see them in Virginia also. You see them through all the colonies, but it was really, really, really big in Louisiana because, you know, Louisiana had the Mississippian Wars, and a lot of those Mississippian tribes, them motherfuckers was mulattoes back then. Them niggas was light-skinned before the white people came, a lot of them. And some of them was dark-skinned with long hair. Well, natives all across the country were dark-skinned with long hair. But really, those Mississippian Wars. And so when you look at a lot of those court cases in Louisiana, Virginia, you know, a lot of black people were able to free themselves based on the texture of their hair. So the whole hair texture thing is a survival mechanism that was born to us through slavery that still permeates through our DNA to this day. So that's why we have these kind of conversations. So we can question the bullshit that we assume and talk about. And she basically goes around and says, I'm not going to get with the black dude, get a baby by the black dude because he looked like Jiminy Cricket. You ain't thinking about, okay, the Brat. All that rapping and all that talent that's so funkified, that's nigga shit. You willing to dilute the gene pool because of some hair? This is how serious our trauma is. And I still think that's funny, seeing a chick that I'm used to seeing wearing Jordans and Deion Sanders jerseys. I'm used to seeing the Brat in a Deion Sanders Atlanta Falcons jersey and some 1994 Deons. Them shoes was cold as fuck. See somebody in that giddy up pregnant now. That shit's funny as fuck. Look at this shit. They said they ended up going to a white donor because we didn't have to choose from. We didn't have a lot to choose from. He definitely wasn't black, but I think we did a great job with picking. He's handsome and he's tall, and I think he's going to look beautiful with my wife's eggs. I don't care. That's funny as fuck. Hey, can you imagine being a dude? You a dude. You know what I mean? You've been shooting blanks or some shit like that, but you still want a baby with your gal. And then here comes some big old ox-fed Shannon Sharp looking nigga. And you sitting there with your wife looking like a gump. I think our baby gonna look good because, old Cleophas is 6'7", 250, and I heard he used to run a 4.240. That's gonna look good at me and my wife's baby. Niggas, you know you would get, if a man was in this position, he would get clowned to high heavens. You mean to tell me you just let this Draymond Green built nigga dig your wife out? No. He didn't dig her out. He dug into a cup. And then we went to a center, and they used a turkey baster, and they took his NBA jizz out the cup and dropped it into her eggs, and we about to have a baby. Come on, fellas. You know, we'd all be like, man, who this simp ass nigga right here? Yeah, right, Mike. Imagine to see your son in a grocery store 6'5" with the Brat's face. Ladies, look, this is... Oh, shit. This is funny to me. I don't care what y'all say. This shit's funny. This is very funny. So, the Brat is loud and proud to have her white and black baby. Fair enough. That's her choice. I'm not criticizing it. But I am saying this, black folks. Like who you like. Reproduce with whoever you want to reproduce with. But when you reproduce with, like, one thing we got to get out of culturally, because we're not in slavery anymore. A lot of these things that we do were put into us through slavery. But guess what? We ain't slaves no more. All right? We ain't slaves no more. When you reproduce, whatever happened to intellect? You know, whatever happened to skills and reproducing for substantive things? She reproducing for a look. All them, look, if she reproducing for a look, come on, Brat. You was around back in the 90s. You could have had all of Christopher Williams, I'll be sure looking niggas you wanted back then. Because the Brat's still fine. I don't care what nobody say. The Brat could have had all them 90s. She could have had any of them niggas in the group Shy, any of them light-skinned singing niggas of the 90s. She could have went old school and had an old baby with Howard Hewitt if she wanted a more mature nigga. If she wanted that level of light skin. She could have had a baby with that nigga that used to play Ted on Family Matters. Y'all remember Ted on Family Matters? He's always trying to get at Laura. Remember Ted would always break Laura's heart? Nigga, she could have had a baby with goddamn any of them people. She could have had a baby with Alan Payne just after New Jack City. I'm sure that would have been a little slick-head little boy. She could have. I'm sure Bill Bellamy would have been like, all right, the Brat. You know, she had all in the 90s. Look, she could have been any of them light-skinned, slick-head niggas of the 90s. You don't really see too many light-skinned, slick-head niggas on TV today. They basically replace all the black folks with immigrants these days. But back in the 90s, man, all them light-skinned, slick-head ass niggas, if it was about looks, the Brat, you had your pickings. Matter of fact, Brat, you still got your pickings. Come on, let's just tell the truth. I know a fair amount of lesbians. Most of y'all come home anyway. Come on, Brat. You could have went down to, what's one of them old bougie ass schools? You could have went over to Howard University with all them bougie ass niggas in Howard. Excuse me, no disrespect. But you could have went to Morehouse, Howard, name another bougie ass HBCU. She could have went to Hampton, nigga, and had her pick a light-skinned, slick-head ass niggas. And just, she could have got broke off real quick. Because you know somebody breaking her off. Hey, man, lesbian, look. Y'all ain't going with just the plastic meat. Y'all get the real thing, too. Nigga, you could have had motherfucking, she could have had, nigga, I'm sure she could have got Clay, even though Clay Thompson looked like he don't like black women, he could have had, I'm sure he would have made an exception for the Brat. Come on, man. She got her pickings. Yeah, she could have had Kenny Lattimore. And she could have had, who's that nigga that walk around with no shoes on all the time who used to be married to Halle Berry? What's that shoeless nigga? What, Eric Benet? She could have had that nigga. She could have had, what's that one dude? When I'm with you, I hear a song that makes me laugh. What's that nigga name? That nigga? Tony Terry. That was his name. Man, this is an excuse, Brat. This is an excuse. This is an excuse. All you had to do was just come home like all the other lesbians do And then just say, hey, look, I want one of these light-skinned DMV area ass niggas over here. That's all you have to say. I want one of these light-skinned Southern University niggas. You could have gone to Essence Fest and had any of them. You're right, Mike L. DeBarge. She could have had all the DeBarges. Hell, you a lesbo. You could have had Bunny DeBarge too. You could have had L, Chico, and Bunny. Then been like, so what's going on, baby? Every night, every day, we would make love. You could have felt the real beat of the rhythm of the night. When it feels like you feel like having a baby, here is a light-skinned nigga at your doorstep. It's time. Oh shit. And then go back with your girlfriend. Look, let's just tell the truth. Lionel Richie raised Nicole Richie was one of, if my memory serves me correctly, Nicole Richie was like one of the kids for like, I think like Sheila E's brother, Peter Escovedo, one of them. Nicole Richie, don't quote me, but Nicole Richie, Lionel, no, he took in another famous person's baby. Happens all the time. Hell yeah, he could have had Vanessa Williams. Man, please. It wasn't enough black sperm donors. All these niggas walking around here. Look, if the Brat wanted to be that bad, who was that one prisoner nigga? Remember that one prisoner nigga that took that mugshot? What was that nigga name? All right, okay, I just found it. Look, the Brat, if Brat, you could have had this prisoner nigga if you wanted to. Remember this nigga? The Brat, you could have had this nigga. But you said nah. I'm sure prisoner nigga would have prison dicked you down. I'm sure of it. It ain't no shortage of Rico Suave ass niggas walking around here. Yeah. Yeah, she's his brother's daughter. Yeah, exactly. That's what it is. Yeah. So that's basically what it comes down to. The Brat, you making excuses. You making excuses. Just say what you want and be down. And be down with it. Can't nobody tell you what to do. I get it. But you cooning. We see it. We still love you, the Brat. We still love you. But you cooning. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. So that shows people that, we got a long way to go in a lot of ways. You know what I mean? We got a long way to go. And then Larry said Dana Barrows. You're right. Yeah. She could have had Dana Barrows was hot with the Celtics back then when Funkify was hot. When Funkify, look, when Funkify was the shit. Let me show y'all something. When Funkify was the shit, this nigga Dana Barrows was hooping for the Seattle Sonics. This nigga was on the Charlotte Hornets. She could have had Dana She could have had Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf when he was still Christopher Jackson. She could have had this light-skinned nigga. Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf, he was Steph Curry before Steph Curry. This nigga was pulling up from 3 back in 93. You dig? She could have had this light-skinned nigga. She could have at least had half the niggas in the Secret Garden video. Now I understand her not wanting Barry White. You know what I mean? I understand that. I'm a big dude. I get it. But all these niggas, she could have had James Ingram. Woo-hoo-hoo. She could have had Elle singing, I wanna hold you. Baby, let me touch you there. Nigga, she could have had Albie Shore. I wanna read your mind. Know your deepest feelings. Oh, that was James Ingram's part, my bad. Show you ride. If you think I'm gonna make love to you, if you think I have got what you do, show you right. Whoa, show you right. All right, what's the Brat's birthday? We about to get into the cards. April 14th. Oh, that's my website, breakthroughcards.com. Breakthroughcards.com. I do have a sale going on my site right now. Coupon code TAKE20. I'm doing 20% off all readings this month only. Only for the month of May. 20% off all readings. But let's go in and talk about, let's go into, what's the Brat's birthday? We about to do some relation. We about to have fun, all right? We about to have fun. Y'all know I like putting on the cards to do my relationship composites. And 1974. I like to, oh, she's a 7 of diamonds. Okay, let me print this. And I'm going to put this up on the screen. Yeah, I'm going to print this. Let me switch over. I'm over here showing y'all my whole goddamn process. Get you niggas off my computer screen. Stop looking at my computer. We about to do, I'm about to break this down in the cards. And yeah. We about to break this down in the cards. Because I want to break down their relationship dynamic. This is going to be funny. Because we about to find out now, how long is this relationship going to last? Where is this relationship going between the Brat and her stud friend? Is it stud friend or boyfriend? Did I say it right? Stud friend? What's going to happen between the Brat and her stud friend? How long will this relationship last? Let's break down their attraction through the cards. What brought them together and where this is going. And then I'm gonna ask I'm gonna have some of y'all call in too. And I'll read some of y'all if y'all want me to. Is that fair? So let me switch sides. This side is the Brat, and the other side is the King of Diamonds. That's the Brat's boy girlfriend. We have a 7 of diamonds and a King of Diamonds in a relationship. Already, I'm saying, oh girl, what's I gotta stop saying oh girl. What's the Brat's girlfriend name? What's her name? Jessica Dupart. Yeah. I don't follow these motherfuckers, so I don't. My name is Chuck. And I can't find 2 fucks. You dig? So anyway, King of Diamonds, I can tell already this is a business dynamic. Let me see what brought these 2 Mickey Fickies together. And we're going to have some fun in the cards. Not 7 of clubs. I need 7 of diamonds. 7 of diamonds. And for those of you who don't know what I'm doing right now, I'll be just springing this shit on people. I'm doing what's called cardology. Cardology is the science of using playing cards to read people's personalities, businesses, relationships, and yes, those same playing cards that you play poker with, Same playing cards you play Go Fish with are also cards that are used that actually predate the tarot system. 52 cards per year, per 52 weeks in the year. You use the 52 playing cards, 4 seasons per year, the 4 suites in the deck. And this is all on breakthroughcards.com, my website. 1 season equals 13 weeks, 13 cards in the suite. 12 months equals the 12 royal face cards, and so on and so forth. And so this is the same playing cards you play poker with. They are literally the same cards that a lot of your favorite people that are in the media and celebrity and shit like that, they call folks like me, and the people who are into the real shit, into stuff. They know who to call. And so don't ever get intimidated by this stuff. It's stuff that people use every day. Either you're going to learn it yourself and use it, or somebody's going to be using it on you. Either way it go, the science is being used, and it's being used every day. That's why it's best. Hey, I was like, you know what? Instead of being scared of this shit like the church taught me to, I'm going to go and learn this shit myself. You know? That's what I did. So let me learn this shit, because, hell, I'm scared of ever having to pay tithes again. That scares me more than these cards. Shit. The church scared me into using these goddamn cards. Nah, Pastor, I'm scared of buying you another Cadillac. That's what I'm scared of. Let me go ahead and use these cards and say what you can't tell me, what you refuse to tell me. All right? So here we are with it. This is the combination card of those two, 7 of clubs. So that right there tells me, and how I got the combination card. And I will be having a cardology class starting in June. I will be teaching this system starting in June. So get your money ready. Starting in June, for those of you who want to learn this yourself, I will be teaching. Oh, you leaving? Bye-bye. Love you. All right. My wife getting out of here. Fuck y'all. I gotta make sure she good. I love y'all, but when it comes between y'all and my wife, y'all can kiss my ass. I'm sorry though. Love y'all. Anyway, back to the cards. They have a 7 of clubs combined relationship. So let's read how this relationship goes. A 7 of clubs relationship is a club. That's a relationship that's all, it's mental. There's a lot of mental warfare going on there. I'm sure these two, they got that 5 of diamonds in Mercury. That means their values fluctuate. That means these two they have an up and down relationship. I wouldn't be surprised if it's abusive. When I see a 5 of diamonds Mercury, those are extremely like whirlwind type relationships where it's like everything's a fight, you know? And if not physically a fight, mentally a fight. Like nothing really happens easy with a 5 of diamonds Mercury. They got that Queen of Spades Venus. And see, this is where I'm getting confused right here, because in a traditional card reading, when I read the Venus and the Mars card, that tells me what the men and the women are doing. The woman in the relationship is usually represented by the Venus card. The man in the relationship is usually represented by the Mars card. But since it's 2 women, which one's the dyke? I don't know. The Brat always looked like one, but is she the man or is the other one the man? I don't know. See, so look, if you're from the LGBTQ community, yes, I can still read you, but certain parts of it's going to be a little bit confusing for me. I'm sorry. But the Queen of Spades, that lets me know that there's a lot of judgment. That relationship has to look good. They're like, here's why they chose that Rico Suave looking baby right here, this Queen of Spades. The Queen of Spades always has to like be decked out. That's the second highest card in the deck. So she always, Venus is how you live your lifestyle. Venus is how is like the things. When I give you a personal card reading, Venus tells me the level of lifestyle that you want to live. And the Queen of Spades is a high level, like luxurious type lifestyle to where everything looks good to everybody else, but it may not necessarily be going on. Queen of Spades is also very abusive. When I see Queen of Spades dynamics here in Venus, That's the type of relationship that on the surface level looks all fine and dandy and doty, but underneath the surface is actually a little bit abusive. Then they got a Jack of Clubs Mars card. So that lets me know there's a lot of lying going on in their relationship. The Jack of Clubs is the card of the liar. And Mars is a card of challenge. That's a planet of challenge. And so one of the major challenges in their relationship is lying. Lots of lying going on. Watch. This relationship ain't gonna last. Let me tell y'all right now. Seven of Clubs relationship, that's an extremely hard dynamic to hold. When this happens, when they break up, and we're gonna talk all of my card reading episodes. I like y'all to timestamp because I be right and I be wrong sometimes too, I'm sure, but I ain't been wrong yet. But these motherfuckers gonna get divorced, and it's gonna be over irreconcilable differences. Of course, that's what they always say. But really, what it is, it's because there's a lot going on underneath this relationship that's deeper than what we see. And then the emotions of the relationship is that Two of Clubs, that Two of Spades, that moon. Two of Spades is the card of partnerships. And with it being in a moon position, that means it's going to be tough for it to stay that way. The moon is what's underneath. That's the emotions, but it's also the challenge, a deep diving challenge. And Two of Spades also represents, that's the challenge of the planet, the moon. And the card, the Two of Spades, that represents unity and business partnerships. So yeah, this here relationship, as I look through it, I give it, how long have they been together? Let me go and see. How long have these two been together? Because I give it 5 more years, max. I'll give it 5 years or less. Oh, they got married in 2022. I give a divorce date no later than 2026. Maybe sooner. They ain't gonna be around together. This is an extremely hard relationship to crack right here. This is a Seven of Clubs relationship, and I'm not saying I've seen Seven of Clubs relationships work, but I don't know how this is gonna work out. I don't know. Because we have two people here that there's a lot of lying and deception going on. This Jack of Clubs, that's a deceptive motherfucker right there in Mars. Now that same Jack of Clubs, if it's in Jupiter or if it's in Neptune, that's a little different. It takes on a different energy in Neptune. It's more used for creativity in Neptune. But in Mars is a challenge. And the biggest challenge for the Jack of Clubs is lying. Jack of Clubs, that's every Jack of Clubs. I'm not calling every Jack of Clubs a liar, but it's easy. A Jack of Clubs can lie really easily and you not notice. That's almost like a skill set for them. And Mars, with that being the challenge that it is, yeah, lying can be an issue. So who's a Jack of Clubs? January 29th, February 27th. Oh, y'all every month, like King Clubs. It's a lot of you lying motherfuckers. March 25th, April 23rd, May 21st, June 19th, July 17th, August 15th, September, 13th, October 11th, November 9th, and December 7th. Jack of Clubs. That's your birth card. I'm not saying Jack of Clubs birth card people are liars. I'm not saying that all of them are. I'm saying that's the challenge of the Jack of Clubs. And when it comes to cards, when I read people's cards, where your card lays tells me where your challenges are. So if you're a Seven of Clubs person, and a Seven of Clubs person is somebody born March 29th, April 27th, May 25th, June 23rd, July 21st, August, 19th, September 17th, October 15th, November 13th, and December 11th. Those are Jack of Clubs people. Jack of Clubs people's challenge is really standing in the pocket and telling the truth. That's if you're a person. But if it's a relationship, that means the truth. If your combination card in your relationship comes down to a 7 of clubs, that means there's going to be a lot of lying in y'all dynamic. That's why I always encourage people, like if you own a business or if you're getting, or even if you want, and you're hiring somebody and you want to know more about them, that if you're going to be working close with them, or if you are in a relationship with somebody and you want to know what's going on underneath it all, is this person worth being with? What do I got to look out for? Get a reading over here at breakthroughcards.com. That's what I do. That's one of the things that I do. And right now we got like I said, I got a motherfucking discount going on right now. I was looking for the flyer that I can't find. 20% off all readings just for this month only. Only for the month of May. Here we go. Take 20 is a coupon code. Take 20 for 20% off. So overall, what I see going on with the Brat and old girl, I don't see this shit lasting. It's gonna last less than 5 years. It's too much lying, too much deception, too much fuckery going on. And I have a feeling that this baby may exacerbate issues that they already have. You know? It may do that. It may do that. So, let me see here. Let me go into the Brat. What's going on with the Brat? This is the Brat right here. This is her card spread. The Brat is 48. So that means she's in a 9 of spades season in her life. She's in a 9 of spades. The Brat's coming up on that life. Like when she's 48, she's coming up on that time in her life to where, you know, she's trying to figure out what she's done, what matters. She wants to leave some sort of legacy behind. That's where she is right now. And that's why I think she went ahead and made that decision to go ahead and go with the white baby also. It's like she's really at that point in her life to where it's like, I want to leave something. I want to leave something here for me, for her girlfriend. See, I empathize with people when I go through their cards and I kind of see what they're going through spiritually. Because although we see, that's why I started the show talking about this whole thing from a 3-dimensional point of view, from an earthly point of view. I get it. I understand it. Conditioning. But I also understand it spiritually. Spiritually, the Brat has had some rough times. Oh my God. I almost want to see. Remember I told you she probably has some rough stuff going on. She has a 5 of spades in Mercury. That means she can't trust the people, the adults. She has some adults in her environment that probably broke her trust at some point. And that Jack of Hearts and Venus, that's the age 13 to 26. She was wild in them years. She was real wild. But she's also very charming. She has a certain social charm to her too. There's a certain social charm to that Jack of Hearts, but it's wild underneath. And then that Mars, 9 of clubs, that's mental warfare with oneself, struggling with your own mind. She's very conflicted. 9 of clubs and Mars means mental conflict. She's always like, she's back and forth. And I'm sure that's a major issue between her and her girlfriend. Like if I was giving them an actual reading here in front of me, I'll be like, okay, yeah, you got to make you're at war with yourself, and that's bleeding into your relationship. And then that 9 of spades in Jupiter, that's spiritual warfare with oneself. Like spiritually, she's here for some level of a spiritual graduation, and it's hard on her. A 9 in Jupiter and Mars, those are tough cards to have right there in those positions. That 9 of clubs is already a pretty tough card to have in general, but to have it in Mars, that's tough. Then the Brat, she has that 2 of hearts in Saturn. that means balancing her emotions is a struggle for her. Emotional balance is a whirlwind for her. But it shows here in her cosmic lesson at 2 of diamonds. That means that she lives through her life. She's here to achieve emotional balance. And the 8 of clubs transformation, that means, yeah, she's supposed to transform into she's to more of a fixed. See, right here, she's kind of up and down and scatterbrained. As she lives her life, she's going to transform into a more fixated person, which may also hinder issues in their relationship with her and her girlfriend, which may lead to them breaking up. But either way it go, that relationship ain't gonna last. It ain't. It ain't. Sorry for the bad news. But it ain't the Brat. So make sure that your baby is nice and Rico suavied out. Make sure you get him some DeBarge press and curl kit or some Just For Me. Remember them BT commercials? Just for me. Just for me. Get your little DeBarge baby some of that Just For Me. You dig? The Brat. And hey, more power to you, sister. But yeah. If any of y'all want to call in, get read, or say a word, call in. 323-744-7425. Let me make sure that I can hear you because I've been still having some phone issues. I had an update to my computer about 6 months ago, and this phone line has not worked right since. Sometimes it works for y'all, sometimes it don't. Sometimes y'all can get through, sometimes y'all can't. Sometimes y'all get through and I can hear y'all, sometimes I can't. If you want to get foot to the front of the line, you can. I appreciate the Cash App. Got another Cash App. Somebody just Cash Apped me their birthday. Your birthday is 5/22/1986. This is the part of the show. So for y'all who ain't into the cardology, I'm finished with the news part. If y'all want to go about y'all day because this shit is too fucking weird for you, then I understand it. Go right along. But for those of you who are into the cards and into the funny shit, the funny, funky shit, the science and the mysteries of doom, 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 stay around. Okay, I've got a Cash App for 5/22/1986. Y'all be like when I do this reading shit, don't y'all? All right, 5/22/86. You're a 10 of clubs. That means you're the downloader. You're really good at music or something in the studio setting, whether it be podcasting or music. If your birthday is 5/22, maybe you're 10 of clubs. 10 of clubs also birthdays are also. Let me go back to my website, Breakthrough Cards. Let me go back to my website and give you guys a birthday. 10 of clubs, people. That's another popular birthday. February 28th, March 26th. A lot of clubs today. April 24th. Hell, y'all can go to my website, shit, and look up this. I don't feel like going through every birthday. Goddamn, 10 of clubs got a lot of fucking birthdays. June 20th, go to my website, breakthroughcards.com, and look at the list. Y'all can look it up. I'm not going to go through every birthday. Well, anyway, if you're a 10 of clubs person, you need to be in the studio recording, podcasting, music, something. You're a downloader. You're very swift mentally, but you got to watch out for being a pompous, arrogant asshole. 10 of clubs people can be very arrogant and they can be very petty. Watch out for pettiness as a 10 of clubs. When you're in that pettiness, that's how you know you're in your ego. Get out your motherfucking ego and get back into yourself. When you into yourself, you're very creative. You're open. But when you're in your ego, you don't listen to anybody, and you're petty. And you're always causing petty bullshit. Watch it. Your Saturn card is at Queen of Clubs. So that tells me that you've come here to teach. 10 of Clubs people are master teachers. And part of the reason why they're master teachers is because they have that Saturn card as a Queen of Clubs. The Queen of Clubs is a master teacher card. But the Saturn position is when they say, what motivates you? What's that underlying thing underneath it all that makes you who you are? That's when I give you a reading, I find that in your Saturn card. Saturn tells me all that shit. Saturn tells me all that shit. So, yeah, your Saturn card's a Queen of Clubs. That means you are here to teach. It doesn't necessarily mean you're directly a teacher. You're going to have a classroom. It just means whatever profession that you have, whatever you do professionally, you're going to be really good at teaching. Either directly or indirectly. All right, got another Cash App. Oh, shit. What's up? What's up, Hayes? Let me see here. I got a Cash App. Let's see here. And this is for 9/2/1978. Oh, 9 of Diamonds. 9 of Diamonds means you've had a very rough. You've had to deal with some rough shit. And to the point to where if you're a 9 of Diamonds person, again, go to my website, breakthroughcards.com, and you can look on the homepage and you can see on my calendar where your birthday lies. What are you? What cards you are. I'll give you one. If you're January 9th through through September 10th, September 2nd. Well, go to my website, shit, 9 of Diamonds people. This applies to you. Now, each season that you're born in, when I go give an in-depth cardology reading, your birth sign and your, all that stuff, that plays a part into it. That allows me to be more specific with your reading. So every sign is going to be a little bit different. And every person is going to be different within that sign, depending on what time of the day you were born and what part of the planet you were born on. So no two people of the same card are alike. But at the same time, they're every bit as much alike. It's dichotomy. 9 of Diamonds. You've had to deal with a lot, like rough, and then which led you to that 7 of Spades Mercury. That 7 of Spades Mercury led you questioning all spiritual forms of spirituality. You probably went through life and was like, man, if all these niggas out here dying and going through all this and I'm going through all that, there must not be a God. And you had to question it because that 7 of Spades spiritual card, but your experiences made you question it. That doesn't mean you turned your back all the way. I don't know what your spiritual practice is, but you definitely went through a phase of your life where you still may be going through it. I don't know. Where you question your spirituality. Born in 78, that means you're now in your Jupiter, your Jack of Diamonds. That means Jack of Diamonds is a card that matures very slowly, but it's a very dynamic card. The United States is a Jack of Diamonds. Jack of Diamonds procrastinates. It bullshits a lot, but when it's done bullshitting, when it's done procrastinating, it makes some very awesome, great, dynamic shit. So as long as you can avoid procrastination, whatever you put your heart, soul, and energy into is going to come out dynamic. And you have that 4 of Diamonds Uranus. Uranus represents like random. It's not stable. And the 4 of Diamonds is like the most stable card in the deck. So that tells me that stability for you is going to be a struggle. It's going to be a lifelong struggle. Every time you feel like you're stable at one point, some shit going to come and like rock you off your base. And you're going to be like, what the fuck? Just understand as a 9 of Diamonds, you're built for that shit. You're built to deal with it. And it's all pointing you towards your greatest self. All right? So don't take the challenges. There's nothing, people. We tend to identify with our challenges. Do not identify with your challenges. Your challenges are here to make you stronger into who you are. You are not your challenge. Your challenge is the obstacle that's going to help you meet yourself. Just like when you play basketball, you're not the basketball game. You're not your opponent. Your opponent is there to make you figure it out. You got to beat that opponent. They may be better than you. They may be faster than you. They may run faster, jump higher. They may be taller. But if you're going to win, you're going to have to find a way to beat that opponent. That opponent isn't you. That opponent doesn't define you. Your ability to match that opponent and defeat that opponent is what defines you, not the opponent itself. No different than your life. Your life challenges do not define you. They are there to help you meet yourself, okay? All right? Carlton, let me see, 0302, 1981. Let's see, I got another cash out. Oh, 8 of spades. I haven't read too many 8 of spades people. Come to think of it, have I even ever? I've read every card multiple times, but 8 of spades is one of the more rare cards in the deck. 8 of spades birthdays is January 6th, February 4th, March 2nd. It's the only time you're going to see an 8 of spades. See, as an 8 of spades, an issue for you as an 8 of spades is, you got to work hard. I won't say that's an issue because it makes you better. 8 of spades is a hard-working card. It's a card that can be a little bit selfish, though. Because you do work so hard, because you've gone through the fire, you can tend to be callous with people who love you the most. You can walk away. 8 of spades is all about developing your willpower. I'm sure you have very strong willpower, and you've pulled off things that on the surface level should not have been pulled off. That's because you got that. The thing you got to watch out for is, you want holding other people to your standard. Everyone else has their own standard. And 8 of spades people can oftentimes grow bitter because they have gone through so much that bitterness can take over and control them. But if you see that Ace of Hearts in the Mercury, Ace of Hearts that's the youngest card in the deck. That's card number 1. Ace of Hearts supposed to be open-minded, open-hearted. Venus, that's how you live your lifestyle. And diamonds is values. So you're supposed to be open-hearted and be open to other people. But you go through so much stuff, you get callous, and those parts of you can be hard to show. But you got to show it anyway because all your blessings are in being open-minded, open-hearted. You know what I mean? And developing and keeping your willpower strong. All right. Oh, and then you got that Saturn 3 of clubs. That means your ass need to be writing. I'm glad I saw that. 3 of clubs and Saturn, that means you need to be writing. Because if you're not going to be writing, you're going to be at mental warfare with yourself. 3 of clubs is always, 3 of clubs is a card of mental warfare. It's either going to be at war with itself or it's going to be at war with you. But if you're got 3 of clubs, I've seen the anytime you have 3 of clubs in your spread, that means right. That's a card of the writer. You need to be writing. Whether it be a personal journal, writing for a TV, I don't know what you do, but you got to be involved in some kind of writing. All right. Y'all get it? What's up, chat room? I ain't even been looking at the chat room. What's up, chat room? Atavis, Godson, Lioness Crown up in here. What's up, Tasha? Yeah, so we're doing the reading part of the segment of the show right now. Any of y'all want to call in? 323-744-7425. I think the phone lines are working. I had somebody call earlier, but I was in the middle of that reading, so I didn't answer. So call in. Keep the phone lines open for a few more seconds. And but yeah, we're talking about, is this the end with the Brat? I got into reading the cards and what this is all about. To answer the question of the show, no, it's not the end. It is the end of, I can say, well, it is yes and no. I think it's an end of a destructive cycle that we've been in, and something new's coming. But before something new comes, the old way of thinking, the old BS, the stuff that don't work, you got to get exposed and brought to the forefront. That old way of thinking, I want a black kid. I'm not gonna procreate this person because he looked like that. You slammed another black man in front of all these folks because he looked like Jiminy Cricket, and you went with a white baby for superficial reasons, according to you, not according to me. You said she talked about the hair and all that nonsense. Them days are over with, man. Self-love is the new word of the day. And it's time cats start operating in that. It's time to start operating in self-love. What's up, Taisha SX? It's about time to bring that thing called self-love back. But when I look at the Brat's cards, I get it. She went through a lot. 7 of Diamonds is a card of loss. It's a lot of big losses in that fight. 7 of Diamonds. Big wins, big losses. The 7 of Diamonds deals with those people. Y'all deal with big wins and big losses. Crushing losses, too, that are heartbreaking. Orgasmic level wins. You deal with both extremes. So just know that whatever card you are, whoever you are, wherever you are in this country, world, whatever, in life, you're only playing out your cards, right? That's why I like to have these commentary shows, talk about it, but I talk about it without judgment. I'm going to talk a little bit of shit, have a little bit of fun, but I don't judge these people. And hopefully we all can evolve to a point where we don't judge. We understand. Now, we can understand and choose not fuck with somebody. We can understand and choose to disagree with that person. Understanding doesn't mean accepting their behavior. It doesn't mean agreeing with their behavior. It doesn't mean emulating or having anything close to do with their behavior. Not judgment has everything to do with you and us and we and me. Because at the end of the day, we don't know the next person's journey. How a person plays their cards out is however they play their cards out. We got our own 13 card spread to play out. You got your own cards to play out. I got my own cards to play out. And when you're sitting around judging how somebody else is playing their cards out, you ain't minding your own hand, your own deck. So we should be able to observe and report without judging our personal right or wrongs. And I'm just observing and reporting the Brat and her stud baby activity, which is funny as fuck to me. It's still funny. I don't care how many goddamn cards I read. You go around and you pregnant and you got a white sperm donor. That's just all kinds of level of ignorant funny to me. And you better believe I'm going to talk about her ass on stage too. When I get on stage, you can damn near guarantee the Brat jokes are being written right now. You dig? But yeah, Dallas. I want y'all to come out, Dallas, May 26th. I got for the people who called in, sorry. It went straight to voicemail. I don't know what's going on my phone line, so I'm gonna take that shit down. 206 number, you keep calling me. Yeah, it's not working. 206. Sorry about that. It's not working. I gotta do something with this phone line. I don't know what the fuck going on. But May 26th, my other talent, cracking jokes. Dallas, the Urban Arts Center, and Mixer. Comedy show and Mixer. Y'all can meet Sleek Johnson, Black Jesus. You can meet me, Tamir White, Larry Goodwill, Mike Murphy. This will be a funny as hell show. So I'm gonna need all y'all in Dallas. I got a lot of following in Dallas, man. I'm gonna need all my Dallas people to come out, please, and support and kick it. You say you saw Mike Murphy at Market Show Sunday. Oh, you must be in Atlanta, CDT Beats. You must be down in Atlanta. I know they was in Atlanta this past week. Yeah, Mike funny. But yeah, I want to thank y'all for listening. And again, thank everybody who came out to my show this past Saturday. Freeze Love, DJ Count. We had a lot of fun. We had a whole lot of fun. Reza Islam, Tashina Arnold. Thank everybody that came out. Ed Wanda was so goddamn funny. Jeff Brown. It was great seeing Jeff there. And Freeze Love is just Freeze. If y'all ain't never seen Freeze Love on stage, you missing all the way out. You are missing all the way out if you've never seen Freeze Love on stage. He's funny as hell. So I want to thank y'all for coming out to the show this past Saturday. I'll be doing it again pretty soon here in LA. Hell yeah, and Dwann B in the metaverse is coming too. My metaverse's world is being built. We about to be having kicking smokeout sessions in the metaverse, y'all. All that's coming real soon. You dig? Salute to Isaiah Washington for coming out to the show. We had a dope ass time. Stars came out and I appreciate it. And what I appreciated more was everyone having a good time. Because what good is a whole bunch of stars coming out if y'all ain't laughing? Priority number one is to make y'all niggas laugh. And yes, the show will be interactive, and no, I will not be reading cards on the show. The comedy show is all jokes, all fun, all funny. Ain't gonna be no reading cards. It's gonna be cracking jokes. All right. Thank y'all for listening. I appreciate y'all for listening. And remember this, there are no perfect messengers, only perfect messages for those willing to pick up the game. Y'all have a good one.